The title says it for itself, doesn't it? We're in Glasgow. St Patrick's Day -3. I think Tuesday is St Patrick's Day, the 17th. Who doesn't like a band? Brilliant. Hi David, yeah, Scott's somewhere around there. Ah, there he is, I see him in the distance. Just over there by the trees. I think I've been to one of these parades before, a few years ago though, and it was all very good, very light-hearted, no problems, which is what you want. Glasgow's one of these cities where there's a little bit of religious, there's a lot of religious rivalry. I think mainly associated with football, the Celtic Rangers thing. But with, in Scotland there's still there's got a religious division. Not amongst serious people really, but amongst some people. But people having a nice time is what you want, isn't it? Both live. And that was kept fair. St. Rocks. Let's see if we can get a decent sign. There's that. Yeah, it's Tuesday, but I suppose midweek's not exactly handy for a lot of people if they're working or at school. So the nearest weekend to St Patrick's Day, I think, is probably the rule. And that's where it's starting. I'll take you around the front of this arch and let you see. This is the McLennan Arch. Well, if I look down, you can see where they're going to walk through in a minute. And then we'll go back up and see the band again. They're all very jolly. Great. A couple of police vans there, just in case there's hassle, but with any luck, there'll be no hassle at all. It'll just be a fun day out. Yeah, that's it. Weekend is the time. I think so. Hopefully it's going to be a ball. I've just spotted another famous YouTuber, famous for Glasgow YouTubing especially. Scott over there, Scott of Scots Land. So do look up Scott of Scots Land channel. Fabulous. Let's have a walk through. It's good to see the flowering cherries are coming out now, just about. Another couple of days will be pink all over the place. All to commemorate St Patrick. The question of the day is, where was St Patrick born? Nope, he wasn't born on Ireland. Thought to have been born in Wales or Scotland. So what's the connection with Ireland? Well, when he was born in Roman times, 4th century. And when he was 16, he was kidnapped. He was grabbed by Irish raiders, and they took him back to Ireland with them. And he spent the next 6 years herding animals. I think herding sheep in the hills there, pondering God, I suppose, at that time. And then he managed to escape. And when he escaped, he walked across Ireland for 200 miles to the coast, managed to get himself onto a ship, came back to Scotland, became a priest, a missionary, and after a short while later decided his calling was back in Ireland to convert the pagans, and that's what he did. Well, there's a nice picture of him there. So zooming on that. What's going on? And what's that all about? Somebody getting married, engaged, something? Well, let's get a quick screenshot. There's too many nice pictures here I'm missing.
commandeered our slot. Well, it's just well, I can get open for you. I want to bring some dresses. I need the real.
Well, I thought that was brilliant. That was great. Good fun. Hey Rachel, thanks for joining us. This is where the parade have just come through and we're cleaning up Glasgow Green. Oh yeah. Check out Scotland channel. What a great day they got for it too. There will be a video on this as well, so check out the channel and you can see the proper video, which will show you exactly the same things. Getting dizzy, back and forth. Humming along. I won't know the words, but I can hum along to whistle. Well, this could be the best band to listen to, the one right at the back. What do you think? Or should I go further forward? Catch up the music further on. We've got fiddles, we've got accordions, we've got all sorts of things. So we've got a pain in the backside for the motorists, I'm sure. For those who don't know, St Patrick was a 4th century person, saint. Born in Wales, probably. That's the usual story. Wales or Scotland, he was born. So what's the connection with Ireland? Well, he was kidnapped by Irish raiders when he was 16 years old. And they carted him off to Ireland and just used him as a slave there for 6 years. So that would make him about 22 years old. He escaped, walked 200 miles to get to a ship, came back across to Scotland, became a priest. And then he felt his calling was to go back to Ireland and convert all these pagan tribes that inhabited the country then. And that's what he did. He went back there, built churches, wandered around. I think he founded wells. I think you'll find St Patrick's Wells, lots of St Patrick's Wells. Hundreds of them, I think, in Ireland. Right, I think we need to cross, otherwise all I'm going to see is cars will start to cross. You wouldn't like to try this in an orange parade. You'd get thumped for breaking the parade. I know this for a fact, as I was almost thumped many decades ago when I made that mistake. That's the Tron ahead of us.
Before I join them.
Right, so my card is full, so no more videoing. That's a saint himself by the looks of it.
Right back in the chat saying that sort of Glasgow had middle you.
Patrick was a saint, of course, but not canonised by the Pope, apparently. So I've read. It was done in those days, was the local bishops and people would decide this is a good person, he's a saint, and that's it, he's a saint. Here we are at the Gallowgate. I don't know about you, but I feel a pint of Guinness coming up. That's the end. I'll leave it to the end just now. We missed the beginning. You can go back later and have a look at the start of this. Glad we got a good day for it anyway. What can you do with a drunken sailor? Oh, wait. In the scuppers of a home bar. In the scuppers of a home. All right. getting water for a bit.
I like the ones that's got the names on it, so I think it's stuff.
Tell me to stop for the lights. Join the parade.
This is the band, the village my husband comes
What is it? Which one is it?
band.
She always come out to support them. Yeah. It's a good parade.
Oh, my parents were Irish.
Ah, right. I've only been out.
My relatives are in this band.
Are they? Did they stay over for a night or two, or did they just back again?
They came last night and they're going home tomorrow.
Glad you got the weather for it.
But yeah,
I'm YouTubing this just now, live, just so you know. No, I missed the AGM. Did you miss it as well? Yeah. Right, I'm going to wander on up, catch a few more. Let's here, go.
You know your woman?
Up to the banners, up to Barrowland. In the video, this special shop, just because we're here, everybody knows Lotmans, all sorts of old-fashioned sweeties in there. If you're ever in the Barrows area, go to Lotmans. That's where we started off. If you missed the beginning of this, have a look at my channel later and you'll see the tower there. Well, you might not, you'll see McLennan's Arch anyway, that's where we started. And I think that's where we're finishing. One big circuit. You'll probably know that Glasgow's had its troubles over the last week or so. A large fire just right next to Central Station caused a bit of devastation on a famous corner. And I think probably the parade would have gone past that in the past in previous walks. But in respect to the amount of knocking down and so on, it's having to go on. Hi Scottish Mike, thank you. British Defence League as well. And others that I might have missed. So yeah, because of the devastation of the huge fire in Union Street in the corner of Gordon Street, where the central station is. Streets have been closed down. Gordon Street and Union Street closed down. So I believe this is a kind of reduced St Patrick's Day parade in cognizance of the hassle that Glasgow City is having just now anyway. Club. Yeah. Want some ice cream? It's a good day for a walk around Glasgow, isn't it? During this morning I've managed... Hello Elizabeth Arden, what did you have for breakfast? I had porridge. How are you today? It's up there, I wonder. I need to have a look in there sometime, that's interesting. One of these porridges that you buy in the packets, and I'd put them in a bowl, fill up the packet with milk, pour it into the bowl, mix it up, put it in the microwave, and then cover your microwave with spilled porridge. That's the kind of one I had this morning. And the corner we go. I think we need to go up to the front again. We'll go up to the front again. Good morning, anybody looking in. If you missed the beginning of this, you can get the rest of it. Get it later. Always on my channel. All day car park £4, that's probably reasonable these days. I don't know, can you still hear the band? Elizabeth, can you hear the band? I don't know if my microphone needs turned up more. The band is a bit distant now. Good old dog, I think I'd rather somewhere else walking. Solomons. It's tool store. I've used Bill's tool store before. Bud Mill, the lobby doors now. Oh, there's St Luke's shop over there, that's interesting. Let's have a quick look at that before we catch up. So that's St Luke's Church. I have no idea where that was. I do like its style. Look at that. The cracker, isn't it? St Luke's. That's what I feel like. One of those. A little Guinness. A zero would be okay, I don't mind. Have you tried a Guinness Zero, anybody? It's equally good as the full fat Guinness. Oh, guess this is a bus for one of the bands. Alright, round the corner, and where do we go? It's a really nice walk, this. I have to say, it's quite non-threatening and full of fun. That's great. One of my friends I was speaking to back there, friends from the hiking club, she has relatives in that band. And the band comes from her husband's village. And there's an Irish bar over there, bar 67. There's one thing that's quite good, I haven't seen any football references in the parade, so that's a great thing to go into any of that nonsense in what's essentially a cultural stroke religious walk. The kind of thing that should bond people together rather than separate them. This is Barras, there you are. Quick look at the Barras as we go past. For those of you who don't know, Barras is Glaswegian for Barrowland. Barrows, because all the goods and things to sell are laid out on barrows, I suppose, like that. Wheelbarrows of sorts. These parades take me around bits of Glasgow that I never really venture into at all. Doesn't include this bit, because this bit I do know. There you are, Barrowland. And things to sell. It's like a car boot sale, except not in a car boot. So Gallowgate again. Oh, look at all of that. I think this guy must have a flair for this kind of thing. Boom, boom. There's a wee guy on his dad's shoulders with his flag. Look at that, it's great. No, you're okay, fine. Yeah, I was waffling on earlier about St Patrick. For those who didn't know, he was a 4th century saint, born in Roman times, and born not on Ireland at all, but in the west probably of Scotland, but not Ireland. When he was 16 years old, he was kidnapped by Irish raiders, taken away to Ireland as a slave. Worked there for 6 years, looking after sheep in the hills. Probably having a miserable life, I think. And then he escaped. Walked a couple hundred miles to the coast, got on a ship, came back to Britain, became a priest, and decided his calling was to come back to Ireland to convert all the Irish pagans, all the pagan tribes. And that's what he did. Spent the rest of his life, I think, wandering around there, setting up churches and converting the pagans. You know the Irish Celtic cross? You know the cross with a circle built into the top of it? The origin of that apparently is possibly St. Patrick. The pagans were busy worshipping the sun and the moon, and he apparently came across pagans doing that. They were looking at a big standing stone, a circular one, representing their god, sun or moon. And in order to convert them, to show that both can exist, in a way, he drew a cross on top of it. That merged the two, merged a bit of paganism into Christianity at the same time. That's one story, one myth or legend. The other one is more practical, in that if you're making a stone cross, the large arm sticking out from the cross could easily be broken off, presumably during the making of it by the sculptor, or just through time. And it was much more stable structurally to have a circle built into it, and that supported the arms of the cross, which makes sense, doesn't it? Fiddles up here. Right, maybe all over the place for a minute, so I'm about to try and put my camera away. Camera safely away. This thing's run out of memory. That was a rookie mistake. Should have brought an empty card. Right, what's going on? Let's get moving. Let's get moving. I'm out today on this venture recording the St. Patrick's Day March. Early St. Patrick's Day is Tuesday, as you'll know, 17th of March. And I'm grateful to another YouTuber who's here today somewhere. You might spot him. If you spot him, give him a shout. Scott's Land. Scott of Scott's Land channel, who is live streaming as we speak. So if you want another view, leave me for a minute, have a look for Scott's Land, St. Patrick's Day, and I'm sure it'll bring up his YouTube channel. It's a good chance to look around Glasgow. The devastating fire we had during the week there, or the start of the week maybe now, took down a tower, a dome, a cupola, rather like that, kind of like iconic one. It was burnt. I think some people were in tears watching what was happening. It was a bit like Notre Dame when it went. Well, that was our equivalent here for a while. It was tragic to see it happening. toll booth again. Then probably left and back down to the arch where we started. It's been a good parade, I hope you've enjoyed it. A no hassle parade, that's what we want. Right, I've got the cars through. Maybe not. Let's have a look at it. On the left, University of Strathclyde. My university. Better. Sorry to have you upside down for a second. cars round. When you come to Glasgow, as you must do, we always say to people, you need to look up Glasgow. If you don't, you miss out on stunning bits of architecture. You'll also miss out on the kind of stuff. I've never seen this one until today. As I said earlier, maybe if you're here, this is my university, Strathclyde, up here. Way back in the day. It's all changed quite a lot. Everything's fresh and new, and oh, I feel a bit of rain. Oh no. Yeah, come to Glasgow, have a look around, look up, always look up. Go to one side of the street and look at the other side. And look up at the buildings. They're splendid. The best time to do that is on a morning, quite early morning, or late afternoon, evening in the summer, when the sun is shining east-west or west-east along the streets. It shows the buildings all to the absolute best. Wow, look at that. That's quite something, isn't it? Wow. I don't know who painted that one. Look at it. Fabulous. What we're here to do for is that. Happy Day Parade. And you're live. If you know anybody who likes St Patrick or Ireland or Glasgow live streams, or for any reason at all, send them a link quick and then come back. Oh, stuff here. Wow. Right, if you'd like to see a bit more, and I think a couple of people would, I'll walk up to the front of the parade. Meanwhile, I've had another view of Strathclyde University until I get there. George Street we're walking along.